Hi everyone! So if we remember, in the last chapter, the creatures on the peach went through a huge rainstorm that the cloudmen brought upon them. And the centipede got unstuck out of the paint because the rain washed it all away. But they're still floating in the sky. I wonder what else they would encounter in the sky. Let's keep reading. Chapter 31, page 119. How fast are we going all of a sudden? The ladybug said. I wonder why. I don't think the seagulls like this place any better than we do, James answered. I imagine they want to get out of it as soon as they can. They got a bad fright in the storm we've just been through. Faster and faster flew the seagulls, skimming across the sky at a tremendous pace, with the peach trailing out behind them. Cloud after cloud went by on either side, all of them ghostly white in the moonlight, and several more times during the night, the travelers caught glimpses of cloudmen moving around on the tops of these clouds, working their sinister magic upon the world below. Once they passed a snow machine in operation, with the cloudmen turning the handle and a blizzard of snowflakes blowing out of the great funnel above. They saw the huge drums that were used for making thunder, and the cloudmen beating them furiously with long hammers. They saw the frost factories, and the wind producers, and the places where cyclones and tornadoes were manufactured and sent spinning down toward the earth. And once, deep in the hollow of a large billowy cloud, they spotted something that could only have been a cloudman's city. There were caves everywhere running into the cloud, and at the entrances to the caves, the cloudmen's wives were crouching over little stoves with frying pans in their hands, frying snowballs for their husbands' suppers. And hundreds of cloudmen's children were frisking about all over the place and shrieking with laughter and sliding down the billows of the cloud on toboggans. An hour later, just before dawn, the travelers heard a soft whooshing noise above their heads, and they glanced up and saw an immense gray bat-like creature swooping down toward them out of the dark. It circled round and round the peach, flapping its great wings slowly in the moonlight and staring at the travelers. Then it uttered a series of long, deep, melancholy cries and flew off again into the night. Ooh, it's really creepy up there in the sky, especially at nighttime. Oh, I do wish the morning would come, Miss Spider said, shivering all over. It won't be long now, James answered. Look, it's getting lighter over there, already. They sat in silence, watching the sun as it came up slowly over the rim of the horizon for a new day. And that's the end of chapter 31. But look at this illustration. You can see the peach floating away from the scary adventure that they had with the cloudmen. And if we look really closely, you can see the giant cloudmen that was really dark and whooshing near them. At least they have escaped the cloudmen because they were kind of scary. But now that the night has turned into day, maybe a new adventure awaits. Let's keep reading. Chapter 32, page 121. And when full daylight came at last, they all got to their feet and stretched their poor, cramped bodies. And then the centipede, who had always seemed to see things first, shouted, Look over there! There's land below! He's right, they cried, running to the edge of the peach and peering over. Hooray! Hooray! like streets and houses. But how enormous is it all? A vast city, glistening in the early morning sunshine, lay spread out 3,000 feet below them. At that height, the cars were like little beetles crawling along the streets, and people walking on the pavements looked no larger than tiny grains of soot. "But what tremendous tall buildings!" exclaimed Ladybug. "I've never seen anything like them before in England. Which town do you think this could be?" "This couldn't possibly be England," said the old green grasshopper. "Then where is it?" asked Miss Spider. "You know what those buildings are?" shouted James, jumping up and down with excitement. "Those are skyscrapers! So this must be America. And that, my friends, means we have crossed the Atlantic Ocean overnight." "You don't mean it," they cried. "It's not possible." "But it's incredible. It's unbelievable." "Oh, I've always dreamed of going to America," cried the centipede. "I had a friend once who—" "Be quiet," said the earthworm. "Who cares about your friend? The thing we've got to think about now is how on earth are we going to get down to Earth?" "Ask James," said the ladybug. "I don't think that should be very difficult," James told them. "All we'll have to do is cut loose a few seagulls. Not too many, mind you, but just enough so that the others can't quite keep us up in the air. Then down we shall go, slowly and gently, until we reach the ground. Centipede will bite through the strings for us one at a time." And that's the end of chapter 32. They made it all the way to America. Who would have thought? I don't even think my prediction in the beginning of the book would have thought that they would travel across the Atlantic Ocean to make it to America. But what an adventure. None of them have been there before. And in New York City. That's one of my favorite cities. I love seeing the tall skyscrapers and the skyline. It's just beautiful. But now they have a new issue. They are still floating up in the air. So how are they going to get down to Earth? The ladybug said that James should have an idea. And he did. So that means throughout all of this time, James has really continued to grow as a character. He's continuing to be the leader of the team and coming up with all these great ideas. So I hope it works out, and I hope they can come down to Earth safely. But we will only find out when we keep reading. So until next time, bye!